All right, and we continue. So, I've done a little bit more looking into all the clues I've got and deciphered a few more of the painting clues. And so far, what I'm pretty sure we've got, because there's only a few letters missing, and I'm pretty sure it's if we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. And we had the one safe that was cracked by Christmas, the date, and then that other date that was carved on the tree that unlocked the small gate, which means either we have more gates that need combos or the other 6 safes are going to need dates. I've been doing a lot of editing recently. I just nose to the grindstone on that. So I actually haven't been playing for the past couple of days, so I kind of got to refresh myself on what we're doing here. Well, let's start the run as usual. Oh, that's huge. The pump room keeps the water levels, which means the kitchen is powered right now. That's going to help a whole lot. If I can get the basement key, there's a lot I can do down there. But I've got to get into the antechamber again for that. What do we got here? I haven't done the trading post or the hovel. And there's another fire I need to light over here. I want special items, because I feel like that's going to help me progress, but I want to see what's in these areas. I mean, hovel's going to be interesting, but it's like, I won't even be able to use gems, right? For the entire run. But items for trade is nice. I don't know. Since I'm coming back, I'm getting in the swing of things. Let's do hovel, because if it fucks this run, then this is still a warm-up run, basically. What's inside here? Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravane, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. And this is the guy the first time I found the mailroom, I saw in one of the recordings, this guy got kicked out, right? And they were saying, like, no longer accept mail from him, or for him. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. This is probably also the guy who couldn't get into the cloister that they left the allowance token for, just in case he actually did his job. You're required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March. That kind of sucks that they gave him the hovel to stay in, though. I don't know if I would have really been excited to clean the grounds either. Living next to a mansion in literally a hovel. Ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Ann Babbage, house manager. So, tool shed. That might be I'm trying to remember what it's called, the thing that... Here it is, for the fire. I'm trying to remember what it's called, the thing that gives me the two things. I was just looking at it, and I can't remember now. Because I think that is the tool shed, right? Let's see what this does, though. Okay. Okay. I wonder where we're going next. Let me finish looking around here. These bear traps? These are. And this is a permanent upgrade too, because those fires never go out. Also means if I drain the reservoir down there, it'll stay drained forever. Or at least until I fuck with the pumps again. Does this take a step to go in the elevator? No. Take me down. That was good picking the hovel. Part of me thought like that the last fire was gonna be in the hovel. I just would never pick it otherwise because I don't want to give up the ability to use gems. I don't know how many steps they're gonna take per special room, you know? Oh wow, there's the peak. Foreman's log 3. What was the number of the one in the tunnel? Huh. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we have uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is either much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Oh. I wonder if this has to do with her, the disappearance of your mom. Yeah, I was an idiot. So your great uncle who left you the place, so his niece is your mother, the one who wrote the children's books that I've been reading, Swimbird and The Red Prince. And of course, she was saying that her son loved the color red, which means Simon does love the color red. Main character, he might be the Red Prince, secretly, instead of the Blue Prince. Oh, does this use a step? Let me keep going. Let me keep checking down here. Okay. I think I used a step going further down, didn't I? Fuck. So either way, it uses a step. What? Foreman's copy. Do not remove from sight. Realm and something. Sigils of the past and present, I would guess. By Professor R. Willard. As always, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I screenshot every note, everything, so I don't need to go back and use steps for it later. Something of the first era found something either of a natural resulting from the creations of I don't know what this one says. They did this in order that the something of their realm might not be understood by strangers. They did this in order that the secrets of their realm might not be understood by strangers, probably. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils, those crude and circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. Oh, is this partially burnt, maybe? Or is it just dark in here? I might need the magnifying glass. This book was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of that realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meaning. Oh, I wonder, is this in the secret garden? That circle that turned around. Do I need to put certain sigils in it? The sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identity of and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of 4 things: the core, the dividing lines, the moats, and the border. Oh, really? The core. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape, different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind that name. Still, it's important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all the other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. Several examples from well-known sigils would be, my guess, or well-known cores. Is that Fen Eris, maybe? Oh, wow. This is a destroyed-ass book. Spring forth from the core, or coming forth from the core, will come guiding lines, splitting the sigil, pointing from one sigil to another. The rays, something, they differ in number, style, and the differences in these immediately reveal several things about the realm. That's what I would guess that says. And then what was the other part? Maybe it's tracking the dividing line. Counting the rays, the guiding lines of the sigil will reveal something. Transportation. Were they something on ships, or have something the expanse of something? Huh. Oh my god. I can't read like any of that. Rays here are used in something for realms that rely on track-based travel would be my guess of what that says. Oh, that border is making it so hard to read. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. The scorched air and blazing sun cause the otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning-shaped ray is used. A ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. Windy weather is displayed on sigils by the use of bent curved lines, rays buckling under the high winds. Moats, okay. This is a long-ass book. On each sigil, floating between the rays, are small figures called moats. From the shape and style of the moats used in a sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclamated. If they considered themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. It's tribal, a primitive realm, hunters and gatherers. Agricultural, harvest and farming based society and culture. Martial, military, something. In generations spanning. So they're an oligarchy, maybe? Something arguments. Ugh. Or maybe they fight in generations spanning conflicts with each other. Metropolitan, large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. Academic, a center for knowledge, advanced in various scholarly pursuits. These realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Industrial, engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, an elevated reverence for nature, animals, and the forces that guide us. Poetic, a strong focus on the advancement of the arts, writing, music, and language. Now, the border. Around each sigil is an adorned edge serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. These borders always correspond to the banner and national colors of that specific realm. So we've got white, black, red, violet, pink. Are these the colors of the rooms? I haven't seen orange or pink yet, or white. Or maybe the antechamber. Antechamber is white. I haven't seen black either. But all these other ones are colors of the rooms. Putting it all together, by studying the core rays, moats, and border of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. I mean, I may have if all the pages hadn't been torn out. Red banners, martial, and fog. Red is crossed out there, so banners, martial, and fog. Okay. Ooh, big crack in the wall. Huh. The chess pieces. I've been seeing these scattered around. All right. I'll take note of the grid position of these chess pieces and we'll see. We'll see if that does anything. Because that's the house right there. That's the ranks 1 through 9. That's not a normal chessboard. Maybe I can use the power hammer on this. If I can get it back from, I think it's in my coat check still. I'll need to come back and check if I get a coat check. And what's this hole here for? That looks like the same, like the same outline that was in the center of that circle in the secret garden. I'm guessing there's some sort of gem or something I need to put in these slots. I don't think this is the only place the elevator leads to. Not by a long shot. And so Alzara, he was talking, I'm gonna waste a lot of steps here. He was talking about a gate that was unlatched that I hadn't checked. Is it this? Maybe I could have sworn I checked these, like all of these gates. Maybe there's some secret button like with the cloister. I don't want to waste a step going in here either. There was something about those smudge burners, like the burners next to the trees. When it gets cold, I need to have the gas going to those instead of this, right? And will that shut down the elevator? Or now that I've discovered that, is that unlocked? And how do I get it to snow out here? Do seasons change? I think it's, so I was finding out also, like, the date for the time lock safe. I was using the day's date. And it's, like, there's the time right there. You get here at 8. And the date is on the bookmarks. Get my allowance. 6 gold! Fuck yeah! This isn't a bad place for a nook. But storeroom is a really good early pick. Okay, it only takes 3 steps. I'll need to get bedrooms more than I get gyms. For each bedroom you draft after your second, set your steps to 40. That's a good one because I'm going to be using so many steps this one. That should help me get my steps back. Since it's only going to cost the steps, I could do a passageway, and that would free up a lot of space. Security is a really good pick too, though, and I still have an opening to the tile next to it, so let's do security. I'm hoping for a breaker box at some point. But for now, of course, set security level to low, and offline mode to unlocked. If I can get a freezer and freeze my gems, then my next run could be really nice. That's massive. Shovel this early. Breaker box. Yeah, let's do that. Gymnasium off. Garage on. Keycard entry off. Does that say cabinet? Obviously, I can get that put back at some point. That wouldn't be there otherwise. Now, high security. Dark room because it's fine. Does this? Yep, it's gonna use a step. I hate that. I hate that it needs to use a step for me to turn it off so I can go back and turn it back on. Alright, let's check here then. If I can get my power hammer, I can check. That's gonna cost 5 steps. Alright, let's get the power hammer. I want to see if I can knock down that door. Honestly, I don't really care how far I make it today. Like, ideally, I get more steps, but figuring out these long-term secrets is a lot more important to me. I'm so happy I saved this power hammer, too. Like, it's come in so fucking handy. Also, I was seeing the other place where there's an indent in the wall. It's in the greenhouse, which I've only pulled once at the very beginning of the game, but I saw it when I was editing earlier. So I'm looking for the greenhouse, too. Yes! Yes! Okay. Castle. I was kind of hoping this would be a passageway, not another puzzle, but, here we are. Everything doesn't always go the way you want it to, okay? Huh. Castle. Maybe it's something to do with the positions of the chess pieces. Need to look at an actual chessboard. I may need to set up another grid, just so I can take note of what has what. Because I haven't been keeping an eye out for the chess pieces, like I said I would. Alright, and we're heading right back to coat check, because I don't want to risk losing this hammer. This hammer is very important to me. This is my power hammer. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Okay, I can tunnel straight to the foundation. That's cool, but I would block off a lot. Corridor is nice. Drawing room is also nice, but that's going to cost me steps. I'd rather do corridor and save tunnel, and then hope I can pull a bedroom, maybe, over here. Parlor will let me fall back a little bit. Only one of the other boxes is false. The gyms are in the false box. The gyms are in the false box. If both of the other boxes are true, then this one is the false box and they're in here. But, so yeah, it has to be in here. Because if only one, they both say the same thing. They would both be false or they wouldn't be. Those are your two options, damn it. Observatory would generate an extra star for, like, permanently. Like, that's nice. Pantry has an apple in it pretty much all the time, though. And it would give me some more money. I need to conserve steps right now. Hopefully I can come across a commissary that's in a good position. I wouldn't say it's in a good position, but hey, it is a commissary. I did ask for it. And here's the bedroom, though. Now let's do commissary, because I got a bunch of money. Hopefully I can buy some food here. We got bananas. Sets of gems, which I don't need. And keys. Oh, can I buy a bunch of bananas? And then a key. Because I need to last long enough to get 2 bedrooms now in order to trigger the jump back up to 40. The drawing room it is. Okay, foundation is always unlocked too, even if it's like a security door or some shit. That's really nice. I also need to keep an eye out. I walked right past the key that really screwed me over in one of my runs that I was watching. Didn't even realize it until I was watching it back. I'm like, oh, that's not good. West Wing Hall is just perfect here. That's amazing. Give me that. Workshop is cool, but what am I only have a shovel. I am trying to take note of that letter that's in here every time though. What I need is a bedroom. I need several bedrooms. Yeah, let's not cost steps. D. Yeah, I'll use a key. Y'all really fucking me over here on this. Dining room is massive for me right now, but I need to go forward 2 more rooms in order to actually get benefit from it. What the fuck? I thought this would be a dead end. I thought this would be a fucking dead end. I'd been avoiding building back here just because of that. Well, shit. And yet it can't be cranked again, so that's what you were supposed to do with the foundation. Alright then. Boudoir. I need these keys though. I need the boudoir, but I need these keys. Alright. This is actually a fucking significant gamble here. So we've got a bedroom. Next bedroom I get up to 40 steps. Snag my usual gym. There's no sleep mask around here, nothing like that. I can't wear heels. Make me feel extra pretty. Oh, son of a bitch. That's what I was hoping wouldn't happen. Okay, so I've blocked myself off down here, which means I need to take a path from the foundation. That's the only thing I can do. If both of those are locked, then I'm gonna try the elevator and see where that leads. If they're not, I'll be very happy. Or if I find a key in one of these, because there's big spots here. Okay, I still need steps, but that's nice. That's not nice. That's also not nice. I can maybe... I can't get back. Unless this is a bedroom. Unless I can draft a bedroom right here and I'm locked out. I should have gotten the walk-in closet, and it might have given me some keys, and then I could have backtracked. I was trying to make it to the 8th rank. Well, now I have a really easy way to use the basement key. Oh, and here's where the paintings are for this area. Yeah. Can I at least make it back to the laboratory? I can make it back to a computer. Okay, this isn't fully lost. Not that it was fully lost in the first place, because I got this fucking elevator. This is nice. I need to figure out what day it is in game again, so I can set that time release lock in the shelter as well, which means I'm gonna need to pull the library and rent another book. Yeah, I have just enough steps to make it back to security where there is a computer I can use. Hell yeah. Upgrade this shit. Oh, that's insane. I fucking love the parlor room. This is equal to the amount of red rooms, and if you open the fucking empty box, you lose 30 steps. I really like this synergy, and I usually don't open the wrong box. But an extra gym, like, I usually don't have more than, like, I usually don't have even 2 red rooms. I try to avoid some of them. At least when I come across the parlor. Like, I might end game with like 4 red rooms, but I've usually pulled parlor before then. Let's get 3 gems. Just an extra gem. That's amazing. I don't need 2 keys. Well, since that's all I can do right now, RIP those 8 gems, I guess. But still, massive shit done today. Yes, another west-facing cottage. I'm so happy I pulled that hovel too. I would not have pulled that otherwise, because it just makes gems a useless resource and consumes too many steps.